I want to apply datums to this part, so we have to switch workbenches. Currently in part design, you have to select the 3D and the compass on the top left corner, and you have to find 3D tolerancing and annotation. So find that one and open that up. Your workbench on the top should tell you you're in the 3D tolerancing and annotation. And what you want to do here is under View Layout tab, pick this one here, Principal and Views. Open that up. I want the front view. It's automatically going to be there, and then a top and a right view maybe. In this case, I just need a right view and I'm going to be good. I'll select OK. You'll see in the tree it's added a front and a right view. For whatever reason, it defaults to the right view. I'm just going to double click the front view to make the front view the active view. So you got front view and right view, front view here. What I'm going to do while in the front view is I'm going to go to a tab called Annotation. And then I'm going to use the arrow to the right to expand the features. Looking at the list of features below, I see a feature called Datum Features. And I'm just going to rotate the part and grab the bottom. While in the front view, it gives me Datum A. I'll rotate this around. I want to get Datum B, but I got to find this little box. There's going to be a little box somewhere on your screen, probably towards the bottom right like mine. Select OK to accept Datum A. Reactivate the Datum feature. To select this space here as Datum B. Select OK. You should have that match your sketch. If I were to go to my sketch, this here is Datum A, and this one here was Datum B. You should have done the video that showed you to rename Datum A and B, and as I said, it'll probably shift it to the top once you exit the sketch. So your anchors are Datum A and B. Again, I highlight that, that's Datum A. If I exit this, that line isn't Datum A, it's this whole face. That's Datum A. This whole face is Datum B, not that vertical line that B here in this sketch. So again, if I double click my sketch to access it, and I go to the View tab and hit the ISO view, right? This anchor represented the bottom line. When I extrude it, that bottom face is Datum A. This anchor represents this vertical line. When I extrude the part, that back wall is Datum B. Datum C is the front face where I'm sketching. So when I go back to standard and exit the sketch, this is the view I was in, okay? Again, if I go to view here and go to the front view, there's your Datum A and there's your Datum B. This red box is just a box showing the maximum amount of text or annotation I have. This is called model-based definition. 3D tolerancing and annotation is dimensioning on a part rather than dimensioning in a drawing. All right, so that's your model-based definition, and that's just simply setting up your datums A and B. If I go to the right view, this face here is datum C. See, this is why I always go backwards. If I were to go back to the ISO view and double click this, you may recall I had you reverse this part, preview that. Datum C would be on the back wall because that's where my sketch is. My sketch is on that YZ plane, right? So you don't want your datum C on the back. Your datum C should be on your front. Just like all your dimensions should be on the front. When I go to make a drawing, it doesn't make sense to have all the constraints on the back. All the constraints should be on the front to match the drawing that you're going to make. So you gotta reverse this direction, preview that, select OK, which means that when I go to Functional Tolerancing Annotation tab, or sorry, when I go to the Annotation tab and expand this, when I go to put it on Datum C and grab this, I already had the bottom highlighted, sorry. I'm going to click off in No Man's Land. I'm going to select the Datum feature. And then I'm going to pick the front face. That is Datum C, but because the front view is highlighted in the tree, it's smashing it flat to the screen. I don't want that. So that's why I created the front and right in the beginning. So if I double click the right, it makes the right view active. You can't see datum A and B, which is fine. When I add the datum feature with the right view active in the tree, select that face and select OK. You can see datum C is on that front face. That's the same face your sketch is on. If I go to the View tab and hit ISO View, and if I hit the right view, now you can see where the datum C is. If I go to the front view, datum C is looking right at me, so that's why I would double click the front view, make it active. It hides whatever's in the right view and it shows me only what's in the front view. When I go to the ISO view, you can see in the tree that you have datums A, B, and C. So to see them, all you got to do is click the view, and those elements that are related to that view will be visible. And that's very helpful for the shop. They can come in here and hit the front view and they'll see what's visible and active for that part.